Hey guys, and welcome back to Scarlet Sprites. Today's video is just a super quick one. I'm taking a look at the new Genesis controller from RetroBit. Now, I ordered the clear blue version, and that just came in the mail today from Castlemania Games. And there's been this looming question as to whether or not the 8BitDo DIY wireless kit would work inside of these as it does an original controller. That's all we're going to do today is crack this open, take a look at the insides, see if this works. Alright, here we go. This is the box. It's actually really cool to be seeing brand new Genesis hardware. Now I know obviously it's not being produced directly by Sega, but it's still cool nonetheless that they licensed this. Take a look at the controller here. Yeah, very nice. I mean, this just feels, the buttons are responsive, D-pad feels good already. So I'm really liking the clear blue too, by the way. I'm not disappointed in that color choice. All right, let's go ahead and open this up and take a look at the PCB inside. All right, here's a look at the RetroBit PCB. Go ahead and see what the 8BitDo looks like and see if this matches up. All right, initial impressions, I think this is looking pretty good. You'll notice down here, I got the little hole and then the larger hole. I've got these two notches up here, so let's go ahead and fit it. I remember before when I did this with my original controller, this mode button was a bit of a pain. Man, this is all looking too good to be true. Well, look at how that just sits right in there. I think we've got a winner here, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and put the back on the controller and we'll give it a go. Alright, and at this point I got it all back together. D-pad feels solid, start button, all these buttons. You can see I got the low battery light blinking on the top. You can see the wireless PCB, there's the battery on the back. It's kind of cool actually seeing the DIY kit PCB through the clear shell. Mode button is working. All right, let's sync it up. I think we're good here, but let's go ahead and give it some play. All right, well, what can I say? That was pretty successful. The 8BitDo DIY PCB drops right into the RetroBit Genesis controller. I didn't have any problems getting it to fit, didn't need to sand it or anything crazy like that. The screws went back in the back of the case pretty easily for a tight fit. I had no problems pressing the directional pad or any of the buttons on the little bit of gameplay that I did. I know you guys probably couldn't see very well in that. It's kind of hard to film and show the button presses and the television at the same time, but trust me, it works fine. The only caveat that I have for this is that the hole on the top of the controller where you plug the USB cable into, it seems to be a little bit smaller than that on the original controller, and so I had to really kind of push and wiggle in order to get that cable in. And that's a little dangerous. I don't want to bend or break anything on the PCB. So what I'm going to end up doing is probably taking a little bit of sandpaper or maybe even a nail file and kind of going at the sides of this to widen it a little bit so I don't have to really press as hard to force that cable in. But overall, it works great. The controller feels really phenomenal. That was the first time that I've ever played with the RetroBit controller, and I'm doing it with the DIY PCB, but everything feels very responsive. I really like this controller. I'm probably going to use it as my go-to. The D-pad's a little worn on my original, but this feels great. So overall, that's a success. I guess the other drawback to this might be that if you saw Todd's Nerd Cave, he did a blog entry where the response time on the Bluetooth controller for this is lacking compared to that 2.4 gigahertz controller, the M30. So It's a give and take if you want to use original controllers with the DIY versus a faster response time with the M30. But overall, if you're interested in the retro bit and going with the DIY and making it wireless, there's nothing stopping you. This works great. As always, thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will catch you all next time. Later, guys.